Hi everyone, my name is Lexi Moles and I currently work at Ciudad Nueva Community Outreach in El Paso. I think justice and mercy are definitely important for my generation. Justice especially resonates really well. I'm currently 26 years old and pursuing a master's in social work, and justice is one of the core values of the social work profession. It's part of what drew me to the profession was that component of justice. And I just loved how I could be chasing after something that was tangible and good in my work. I see justice as love in action. And that's vitally important because when I grew up in church, I was taught to love God and love others, but I wasn't necessarily taught how. And it wasn't until later in my life where I learned about the concept of justice and what that actually is. I understood having a personal relationship with God. And then later down the line, I learned, oh, God created me in a community. And living in a community means I have to get outside of myself, get outside of my head, stop being selfish, honestly, and be willing to see the needs of others. And so I'll be the first to admit that I am very selfish and I like to be comfortable. And so justice usually means getting out of your comfort zone and being in spaces where you're not the expert. But it is a very tangible way to love others outside of yourself. And so, for example, working in Ciudad Nueva, I've worked there for the past 3 years, and I often run into people who are native Spanish speakers, and I am not a native Spanish speaker. And so there are times when I'm serving the community and it can be really challenging, but that doesn't make the work any less good or valuable. And in fact, it's exactly in those moments where I see Jesus the most. A collective community from different backgrounds coming together to love and serve each other and provide for each other's needs. And then for mercy, yes, I think mercy is needed now more than ever. And, funny story, not to throw one of my parents completely under the bus, I'm not going to mention which one, but one of my parents will consistently score in 0 for their spiritual gift test of mercy. So I have a somewhat personal understanding of what it means to grow up in a household where mercy is typically not shown. And so truly, I think there are times when I can easily see someone and be like, well, you made a mistake, and I could justify it all the day long. But I think sometimes most times, God is calling me that even when I can see someone's faults, that doesn't necessarily mean that I have the legitimate reason to push them down and shove them down all the way, but rather to extend a hand of mercy and say, hey, I see where you messed up, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to stop loving you and be there for you and help you out. And yeah, that's really hard. And I think God's calling us to do both, to pursue justice and mercy. I don't think you can have one without the other. Both are needed. Both are needed to have a full and complete picture of who God is. And both are needed to pursue this long Christian walk that we have with our Lord.